Yo, this your Lil Tyte, man. Just tapped in with Kitchen Made TV, the hottest in the streets right now. FLA, GA, nah, nigga, FLA.
We in the kitchen. Catch me whipping work up in the kitchen. If she twerk up in the kitchen, I'ma give her what she want up in the kitchen.
Tyte, Mr. FLA.
Yes, sir. What's good?
Nothing much. So, how that song come together for you?
Man, Florida came together probably about, wait, you talking about Florida or FLA?
Yeah, the single.
Which one?
I'm from Florida.
You talking about FLA? Yeah. It really came off the off the Florida single, actually. I started doing a couple of singles where it just represent where I'm from, state of Florida, you know what I'm saying? I had a Florida thing featuring PC Tweezy. I had Northway where it represent the northern Florida. And then we dropped FLA, and FLA was pretty much kind of coming off my single Florida. Okay. Giving them more of a lot of people get northern Florida rappers or northern Florida people confused with like Georgia rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because we're a lot more slow paced. So that's where it came in with like FLA, GA, nah nigga, FLA. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much like a statement record. And I just wanted to make a statement like I'm really from Florida. So that's how that came about.
And so some people, there's like debate on the internet. Some people say you're from Jacksonville, others say you're from Tallahassee. Where exactly are you from?
Man, I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, 850 North End General.
Okay. And so that's like where you grew up and everything?
That's where I grew up at, born and raised, man.
Okay, what was it like growing up out there?
Man, it's like your every other day spot, you got your hood and, you got the gray areas, I ain't really have it too rough, but you had your times, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with my mom, my pops, but we had our ups and downs like any other person, you know what I'm saying? We stayed in the hood, we stayed in the projects. Some areas was better than others, but at the end of the day we made it work. Yeah. So that's pretty much my story behind that.
Yeah. And then you got like, I don't know if it comes from your parents or it's like the area that you grew up in, but one thing I noticed that stands out about you as an artist is like the way you hustle your music. You like really pushing it, you making your own memes and stuff, like
for sure.
That type of stuff. Where does that come from?
Man, that's just the grind in me. Since I'm young and I always been ambitious. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try my best to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Plus at the end of the day, nobody ain't gonna give it to you. Yeah. That's what I was brought up on. That's the principles I stand on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in this world free. So at the end of the day, if you want something, you got to go get it yourself. Handle your own business. So that's how I'm coming.
And so when you were a kid, what are some of the other things you wanted to do?
Nothing.
Passionate about?
I always rap, like always since 6 years old. And my mom got pictures before that, holding microphones and playing with different instruments and stuff. Like even in school, like they ask you, where you see yourself when you want to be when you grow up, or 10 years from now. It was always a rapper. Every single time a rapper. Yeah. So I just went hard at it.
And so who are some of your influences?
I say a couple of them. Trick Daddy for one.
Okay.
Plies for two. And I say 3, I influence myself. So I'm gonna just say myself for number 3.
Okay. And yeah, and that makes sense that you say Trick Daddy because I know some people that have worked for him like early stages, and he talked to me about how they used to box up their own CDs and ship them like they were not credited for that, but they were like, as far as like independent artists, they did a really good job at like just pushing out their own music. So I've even seen like you doing vlogs, where you handing out your CDs, going to the malls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense.
You gotta connect with the people. Like at the end of the day, if the people choose, you know what I'm saying? This ain't a game that you can buy yourself into or press on the people. It's like they gonna pick and choose who gonna be hot at the time and who not. So at the end of the day, you gotta just try your best to connect with them. So that's how I'm coming, I try to connect. I try to show them I'm an average person just like you. So at the end of the day, that's how we do it.
Okay, and do you feel like you've been doing a good job connecting people, like people really rocking with you when they see you at your shows and stuff? Oh,
for sure. Like, I have, even like on my Instagram, Facebook, people always contacting me, and it's like when I write it back, it's like, oh wow, I can't believe, he writing. I'm like, at the end of the day, fam, I'm a regular person just like you. If I see it, I'm gonna respond, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those high class, type of, bullheaded type person, because I wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I'm coming from, you be grateful for somebody to notice you or recognize you. So that's how I pay my respects. You know what I'm saying? That's how I show the people like I wouldn't have got here without y'all. You know what I'm saying? So from the grace of God, that's how I give back. So I always try to connect with the people, always.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate that for real. And so like I know you have like a promo run that you're doing like upcoming this summer. Like what is that? What's going on behind that? Like what's that?
Man, we got some shows coming up. Tampa, Florida. We definitely gonna be in y'all chest, man. A lot in Tampa, Daytona, coming through there. Orlando, most definitely. Shows to be announced. Like I said, we got some promo runs, probably some greeting meets, pop-up shops. Video shoot. We got definitely a video shoot this summer for FLA actually.
Okay.
You know, so but that's gonna be a major single. And reason why we chose Central Florida because it's a lot going on right now in Central Florida. It's a wave right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we chose to do it. You know, come to Central Florida and you know try to handle business and you know meet people and meet different promoters and you know just get to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Like interesting feature schedule.
Only one that we got coming up is with Loso Loaded.
Solo?
From Loso Loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in he in Atlanta, Georgia. He was actually on the single Pull Up With a Stick.
Oh, okay.
Let It Hit. He was on that record. Great artist. I had a record with him off my first tape, Sincerely, but right now that's probably the only person. I don't really too much, you know, do features like that.
Okay.
You know, I try to stay away from him, but that's probably the only one that we got coming up.
You had one with Lil Baby not
Yeah.
too long ago, though, right?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd that come together?
Man, matter of fact, I was doing a run with my mixtapes,
Okay.
and up there in Atlanta, they was pushing me on my Florida single. Matter of fact, and they connected. I think this one like Baby was like just getting hot. He had just dropped That's My Dog.
Okay.
And we ended up meeting at QC Studios. Matter of fact, and we were just in the lab together, and he walked in. They introduced us and everything. They was like, let's get a record in. So that's how that came about. And we dropped and it been gassed and he shot out. You know what I'm saying? He blew through the roof, man. But it's amazing seeing where he came from to where he not. I take off my hat to him. You know what I'm saying? So high respect for him.
And so I know like you tapped in with like different like blogs, and then you've been to QC City or studio. Have any like labels have been hitting you up yet?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to discuss them, but we probably got. There's probably about 5-6 labels done reached out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now it's like the negotiating process. I want to own my masters. You know what I'm saying? And the situation that I just got out of a year ago, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And then work out as too good. So now, like I say, yeah, I know the business now. I know the behind the scenes, as I should say. So we got to negotiate in the state, but I'm looking to sign like real soon.
I feel you. And so, like that whole movement of like owning your masters is like really prevalent right now, and it's amazing. You know what I mean? Especially like young black people. Like it's a very predatory like industry. Who were like some people that you looked at as far as like their business moves that kind of inspired you to be like, okay, that's my negotiations. That's the main thing that you're looking for in a relationship with a label.
Master P.
Master P.
He set the foundation. And then I say a lot of people don't really like him because, the rumors that don't been around the years, but Birdman laid the foundation for these independent labels, And then I probably say QCP for modern day from QC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They open the spotlight for independent artists, to be able to be something, to be able to, I want to own my masters. I want to own my rights. I want to own my publishing to my music. And now that you look at Nipsey Hussle, he dead and gone, but everybody streaming his music, that goes straight to his family. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like you said, it's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Everybody won't get that opportunity. So that's the goal that we're working towards. So
especially like what you own is valuable.
yes, that's part of you. That's part of you.
I know that in some of the posts that you put out, you mentioned Kodak Black a lot. You had a song that was like Kodak Who?
Yeah.
What's your like situation?
The reason I fuck with Black, especially where I'm from. All of Florida rock with Black. You know what I'm saying? But the whole meaning behind the Kodak Who record, a lot of people think I sound like him.
Okay.
Or the the new artist, Glock 9, you know, like, it's a similarity thing, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I was saying is Tyte, though. You know what I'm saying? So it was saying Kodak who, it's like I'm saying Kodak who? Like, you know, like who? Like, nah, this Tyte. It wasn't no diss record, no nothing like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those politic records, you know what I'm saying? But the overall message was on me, you know, and like I say, on the outside looking in, if you come to Florida and have all us in the same room, we all gonna sound alike because we from a specific region, you know what I'm saying? But I think we got our own, you know, different styles, differences within each other. So that's how that.
You could hold up, like, if you compare you guys, like, apples to apples, head to head, you think you stand your test, like, you think you're on their level as an artist?
I'm surpassing them.
Yeah.
I ain't being cocky or nothing, I'm just being straight. I feel like everybody should have that confidence level. I fought with them, both on a long way, but I'm surpassing them. That's how I'm seeing it.
Nah, I respect that. I just want to hear you say that.
That's real.
So, like, what other projects? I know you said we talked about the tour and stuff. What else do you have coming up this year?
Man, I'm looking to drop my first album, Sincerely 3. Like that been in the works for a long time. I dropped the first series of it 2017, Sincerely, and then last year was 2 Sincerely. So Sincerely 3, I'm looking to drop my first album this year, and that's pretty much. That's like the biggest thing that I'm waiting on, you know, because I'm just ready just to show them, like, how creative I'm is, you know what I'm saying, how, you know, diverse I'm is, you know, how I believe in telling stories through music. Like, I really want to give them me. Like, they know I'm from Florida. They know, you know, that's pretty much when they look at me like, oh, he from Florida. But I really want to show them, like, what part of Florida I'm from, because there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? From the top to the bottom, you know, it's a difference. So I just want to, you know, give intel on who I really am. So
you're gonna get into, like, any, like, different sounds, like melodies and stuff like that?
And see, the thing about that, I don't try to get into the singing, you know, like the melody, I try to keep it rapping. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the game's so saturated with that right now. Auto-tune, which I ain't got no problem with it, but auto-tune and they extending their vocals and everything. You don't really hear the rap no more. You know, when, like, boy, he really saying something. You know what I'm saying? He really talking about something. So I kind of want to stick to that. That's kind of what my last tape, 4 Letters, covered. Like, I can really rap. You know what I'm saying? I could really put a record together. So pretty much that's what I'm gonna focus on this S3 that's coming.
As a staple of Florida, someone who represents it. On the big platform, Charlamagne the God always talks about the craziest people are from Florida.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
He telling facts.
Yeah.
Man, it's Florida a different breed, man. It's once you cross that Georgia line and you in the Sunshine State, man, you don't know what you gonna get into, man. The other day I seen somebody walking a cat on a leash. You know what I'm saying? Like, Florida just a different breed. We I don't know, we just bred different. You know, I wouldn't say we careless, but we got that careless state of mind. You know what I'm saying? We good people, but it's like, I don't know. It's just something about them. Yeah, it's just something in that Florida water. So I definitely, you know, agree with him on that.
What's it called? I know your most recent post you put up, like, how you know someone's from Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was some of the funniest responses you saw, man?
The most common one that I seen was jit.
Jit?
Like, yeah, everybody say jit. But the most funniest one, I think, when somebody said, Ying from here. Yeah, and when they said it, I was like, damn. I say that. I was saying for myself, I was like, I say that shit a lot. And I'm like, Ying ain't even a damn word, but it, you know what I'm saying? We got our own little lingo down here, and it's like a lot of people saying, like, New York or California. It was like, man, I got friends that come on, we don't never know what they talking about, or never could understand what they saying. I be like, you just gotta be from Florida, you know, just to understand.
Realize it until outsiders come and point it out to you.
Yeah, and it's like when they say, they be like, what? I be like, what I said? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like a reality check, but you know, that's just how we was raised down here.
Okay. And then also, I heard just like a little bit of your songs. I know you didn't mention him in one of your things, but it sounds a little bit like you listen to Boosie though, on some of your vocals, how you sound. Is that true or not?
I never been like a hardcore fan of Boosie, like never. But I got that thin voice like him, you know, and especially when I get loud, my voice tend to thin, and I get that comparison a lot too. That like you remind me of
It's
Boosie.
not intentional.
Yeah, no, not intentional at all.
I get that same element of like, I don't know, something about it.
They say that energy, yeah, that vibe from it. Yeah. I can agree. I can hear it. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it.
Nah, I feel you. What do you think about? I don't know if you've seen the videos of him like on Instagram Live recently.
What it was about?
He's like get on Instagram Live. It's like, you know, like when your uncle just found out about Instagram or something, so he's like up there wild, and so he's like, oh man, they got titties or whatever. So he started having girls adding to their Instagram Live. He's like, show me titties, show me titties.
Oh man, nah, I ain't see it.
Yeah, look up on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. You find videos of him like having girls show the tops or whatever.
Oh damn, I gotta go check that out.
Super viral. Like I think he shot up like 1 million viewers on his followers on Instagram. Like,
Boosie be wild. He living his best life right now.
Yeah.
You know, he in that OG, you know, status right now. You know, he done been in the game for a while.
Yeah, what's it called? Like you managed to avoid. I haven't really heard about any legal troubles with you. You done a good job with that. So.
Oh yeah, I try to stay out the way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like, I always was raised on, you don't need to be there, don't be there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard now because it's like, I'm starting to get bigger, so it's like I got to be extra careful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even going out to the store, like, if I ain't super hungry or if it ain't really nothing in the house, I don't need to go, I don't need to go out. If I got to go to a club, to an event, I get in, I get out. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to invite the problems. You know, I don't try to invite the drama. I try to stay out of the way as much as possible.
And you keep like a good team around you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Solid. You know, and that's the thing. You see me like, I don't, it ain't 50 of us, it ain't 20 of us, it ain't 10 of us. Like everybody around me play a position. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no, you just here to, you smoke or you just here to just to see, nah, you playing a position and you got to get away from it. Cause I feel like I start following that routine. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't working, I start slacking up. So that's how, that's how I move.
What's it called? You go, I saw like something recently talking about like hiring your homeboys as a shooter versus hiring a paid security, and you just saw NBA YoungBoy just got arrested because one of his mans like shot at something and rolling loud and stuff. So you plan to get like paid security? Paid security.
I wouldn't even put my partners in no situation like that. Cause they gonna do it, but I wouldn't even put why. And then you facing, cause you trying to protect. The only thing we had to do is, you know what I'm saying? You pay a little security fee. And everybody good. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that all day. You know what I'm saying? So I won't put my partners in jeopardy like that in a situation like that. So definitely security.
Good head and shoulders and stuff like that. So,
appreciate it.
How can people tap in with you on social media?
Y'all can follow me everywhere at The Real Tyte, DAREAL TYTE.